and welcome to the Audacious Path Show, a micro podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Scott Brown. This is a micro podcast of courage, resilience, and inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us, where our podcast is perfectly imperfect and frequently infrequent. This pocket-sized podcast is here as an inspirational nugget for you in this moment. Today, I have Brian Nandy as a guest on the show. Brian is the author of My HopeFULL Journey Workbook. He's a highly respected psychotherapist, a certified psychoanalyst, and a certified Myer Briggs trainer with 20 years of experience. Brian is also the founder of BN Counseling and Coaching, a group practice that is passionate about helping highly driven professionals find clarity and revive their passion and purpose. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Oh, hi, Andrea. I hope the listeners are inspired by my message.
Yes, Brian, I'm sure they will be very inspired by your message, and I look forward to hearing it as well. So let's talk a little bit about your career, how you've gotten here, and tell us about a time that you struggled to stay on your audacious path.
A time I struggled to follow my audacious path was the ambivalence of already completing a degree in communication and then deciding to start all over again with a degree in psychology. I was torn between doing what was pragmatic with what I recognized was my sole purpose. I had to withstand the assessment of my parents about my decision-making skills, including the financial toll it would entail. Coming from Malaysia, the immigration hurdles to attain an academic visa in itself was a feat that required fervent determination. But I knew with all my heart that becoming a psychotherapist was what I was meant to do in this lifetime. I had to respond to my calling.
Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing part of your audacious path journey and how when you focused on your career and what it really meant to you, there was no holding you back. And look at you now. Thank you again so much for your story.
Oh, you're so welcome, Andrea. This is an honor and a privilege.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with our listeners?
Now, if people want to contact me, my website is the best way to reach me. You can go to www.bncounseling.com and click on the contact page. Again, that would be www.bncounseling.com.
This is the end of another episode of the Audacious Path Show, a micro podcast. For more inspiration and to listen to all episodes, go to audaciouspath.com and click on podcast, or look for us on your favorite podcast platform. Just search for the Audacious Path Show, a micro podcast. Please remember, you are not alone, and you are right where you are meant to be. Breathe in, and when you decide to do so, take the next step on your audacious path. Thank you so much for being here, and come and join us again next time. Here's to your audacious path.